how many of your dealers that you consult with and how many other firms, manufacturers even, have come to you in panic saying, Sid, what's this new model look like?
That is a really, really interesting question. And I think how I'm going to respond to that is most of them don't believe there is a new model.
Yeah.
I have heard from more than one person multiple times. Well, when things go back to normal, when things go back to normal, there's no normal. We're not going back to 2019. And I think people don't want to admit that because as an industry, I'm gonna get on my soapbox, Jeff, as an industry, we've done things exactly the same way for 50 plus years. And so every time something happens in the world, 2008, right? Economic downturn, things happen, we go right back to business as usual. This, though, I believe is the catalyst that will prevent us from going back to business as usual. And thank goodness, finally, transformation is going to happen in our industry in the way that we do business because we've been doing it the same way for too long.
I would agree. It's very well articulated there too. There is no going back to normal. It's no longer exists. So we've seen it. Granted, what a better way to make sure everybody does get rid of their physical libraries for My Resource Library than to have a pandemic that makes everybody go to home, and then we have a free resource that involves almost 400 manufacturers that are all the key manufacturers of our industry.
Well, that's a great point because what we need to be doing is embracing digital strategies in our business. And digital strategies in our business are not just using LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram. It's about looking holistically as what is our digital strategy? How can I use AR and virtual reality and augmented reality, right? How can I use a tool like My Resource Library? How can I use other digital tools to communicate with my customer and to sell products? Because there are a lot of options out there. And you just look at that one component and you think about how beneficial it is to our industry, to the cost structure, but also to the environment. Brochures cost money, right? But what happens to them? You use them once, you cut out one picture, and then they get donated to a school or they get thrown away, right? Goes into the landfill. Most people will not recycle them. It's put in the trash can. And that's when this becomes really important. You know, I had Brandy Suzowitz with Clear Office. I don't know if you know Brandy on my podcast a couple of weeks ago. She's kind of a startup company. And when she dropped her statistic that 25% of product that goes into a landfill is office furniture, and the other 25% of product that goes into a landfill is waste from the built environment, it should be shocking to our industry. 50% of what is in a landfill we produce.